Hello everyone. Thank you for visiting this channel and watch this video. I'm calling this the overlap new light to the old light. Just like watchtowers using the overlap generation, which Christ never said. So I'm going to use my title to prove something here. Jehovah Witnesses, you've been told to examine all the books, literature that has been written by the Watchtower. Everything is truth. It's being researched, proven, every detail before you get these books in your hands and literature. You know that. We all been taught that. But the thing is, Jehovah's Witnesses, you don't understand that your books and literature are killing your religion. It's destroying Watchtower capability of telling the truth. Why is that? Is everything is written by the Watchtower that when apostates look at them, read them, study them, and you calling people apostates because they're going through your books that Watchtower wrote? So if apostates are evil, and wouldn't that make your books evil? Because since we got the information from your literature. So I don't understand. Can you just put a comment down there and tell me why I'm being punished? Because I go through your history, your publications, and you call me apostate by reading Watchtower's literature. You people are really unbelievable. Now, let's go to a book. I'm going to call it this Old Light. And it's also part of the New Light. So we're going to call this the overlapping Old Light into the New Light. This can do it. The title of this book is called The Last Days. So it basically is an overlapping thing, Jehovah's Witnesses. If you think about it. This book was written by Judge Rockefeller. You can see all these books that he has wrote. And a couple of them, in which all of them, has false prophecies in it. And they're always written by the Watchtower. Because you know Judge Rockefeller, he's the one that gave you the glorious name, changing from Bible students to Jehovah's Witnesses. Remember him? Oh, I imagine you don't remember him. How about examine his literature like I did, and you'll find out. This guy was a cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo. Every time he's drinking all the time. He comes up with these fancy stories and put them in these books. And everybody believed him at that time. And because if they didn't believe him, they would have been disfellowship and thrown out of the kingdom halls, out of Bethel, if they didn't believe his stories. So let's see why he put in this book. the show. It was written in 1928. Now, what happened in 1918? That's when Jehovah's Witnesses were supposed to get inspired. Actually, Watchtower was inspired by Jesus choosing them to be the number one religion in the world, preaching and teaching the truth at that time. Yeah, but apparently Jesus did not read the books 2-3 years later and seeing the false prophecies they wrote in those books. About 1925, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, all these men was going to come back alive. Christ forgot that memo. Jehovah forgot to tell Christ about resurrecting Moses, Abraham. So he made Jehovah's Witnesses stupid, announcing to the world the resurrection of these people. Anyway, let's get into our discussion. Jews in Pakistan in 1918. What? You're telling me there was another teaching in 1918 that Christ was saying that the Jews was returned to their homeland? And at the same time telling Watchtower he chose them to be the true religion for the world to come to them to get salvation? Wow, something's wrong with this picture. And this is on page 19. So, let's read it. As further signs of evidence, Jesus said the Jews would be trampled, well, that's not the word, but I'm going to use it, down until the Gentiles' times should end. Well, guess what? Now, let's use common sense, Jehovah's Witnesses. The Muslims are still in Jerusalem. The false Christians are still in Jerusalem. So apparently the Gentile times have not ended yet. Duh! And then God's favor would begin to bring them back into their homeland. Yep, they became a nation in 1948. Everyone knows that it was in 1918, wow, that the movement to abolish the Jews in Pakistan took on a great impact. Wow. The Jews are rebuilding Pakistan. This is a strong sign of proof of what I read in Isaiah, a couple of books, that if God was not going to choose or keep the Jews, then why, when the Bible predicted the Jews was going to turn to their homeland after they was kicked out the second time in Jerusalem? Wow. And they call this is a strong sign of proof. I mean, people, this shows that Judge Rockford at one time believed with Charles T. Russell that the Jews was the key to all mankind's salvation. It was through the Jews. And even Christ said salvation is through the Jews. To the lady at the well of the Samaritan woman. So, what did we learn? We learned that how can Christ pick a religion in 1918 and declare in 1918 the Jews was going to return to their homeland, and they're going to rebuild. Bible prophecy. They're going to return to their homeland. They're going to rebuild. They're going to uncover the old cities, which they have been doing that. The truth has always been the Bible's Jehovah's Witnesses. It's always been there. All you had to do is use it. It takes books like this that kept partial the truth about the Jews for me and others to wake up to realize that the Bible has always been right and Watchtowers has always been wrong. And this book was written in 1928. About 3 more years, you would have got your name Jehovah's Witnesses. 3 years later, Judge Rutherford disowned the Jews, and now you people claim to be God's organization, and you're rejecting the proof of what the Bible teaches about the Jews. So I am glad I am out of this religion. I am glad I can read the truth for myself by using the Bible without using these publications that has destroyed people's lives because they put faith in these publications but not faith in the Bible. And that's all I got to say, people. One more thing about all these other books. If you go through every single book of Judge Rutherford's and every book the Watchtower has written, there is no old light. All this information is true. So it is from our past to our future. This is the overlapping new light, however you want to call it. The Watchtower doesn't want Jehovah's Witnesses to learn God's favor and Christ's favors is still with the Jews, not with any other religion or Gentiles that has formed religions. So that's all I got to say. Believe the Bible or believe your own religion, because the Bible will destroy any false religion teaching. All you have to do is just pick it up, read it, pray for wisdom to understand it, and you'll get it. Thank you, and have a nice day.